might bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Hi guys, and welcome back to our Wyoming Life's weekly live stream. We call it Beyond the Ranch. I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
And thanks for joining us tonight. As we have done for the last couple weeks, if this is your first time at our live stream, please let us know. Just say hi, and you will get welcomed by everybody who is here hanging out, all of our regulars, JB Weld. We got Alex Jacobs in here, Keith Quick, and Rebecca Davis, and of course our moderators who are here to help keep things flowing relatively smoothly. Matt Fensel, William Dunn here with us, Lori Habel, Zach Hewitt, and Bill the Tractor Man. Also probably going to pop in at some point. So thank you guys for being a part of our Wyoming Life, which has become a lot bigger than I ever thought it would be. Our Wyoming Life started out with just Erin and I, and then eventually we added, well, it was me and you and Lexi, our dog, is where it started. Oh. And then we added in kids, and then we added in 170,000 people. Yeah. For some crazy reason. If you were watching the webcam prior to the live stream here, you may have saw some commotion happening out and around. You may have seen Erin come flying by in the gator and the four-wheeler.
No, I just walked.
Oh, didn't you go through the field at all? No, okay,
when
so
I
maybe.
Came back.
Oh yeah, you came back through that way. You probably got some screen time there. If you're watching the webcam, which you can actually see on our website, ourwyominglife.com, the calves decided to break down a portion of their fence. I had the bright idea this morning that I was going to move the calves, or the cows, into our unused hay field, which has not been grazed yet. But one section of where the calves live right now borders with that hayfield. Now that I always thought was a pretty dang strong fence. It's a wooden fence. It's a double-sided wooden fence. No, not so much.
Well, you took the kids to the park today, and I stayed home and cleaned the house. But I looked out the window. I was like, "Are the cows supposed to be in that hayfield?"
Yeah, you texted me. Are they supposed to be in there?
And I kind of had that same thought, like, I hope we make it, and we didn't.
We didn't. I took the kids wanted to go over and see Peanut. So I took all three kids over to see Peanut. We went in the corral with the calves. There was a calf that got stuck in the feeder, in the ring feeder, but was jumping around in there and making all kinds of rackets. So then that scared the other cows, or the calves. And then some cows came over to see what was going on. So then they were like, "Mom!" And then there was just like this massive
and then you
crash.
Said our kids freaked out.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, they were yelling and screaming. So there was a big crash. A whole side, probably 20 feet of fence, just flop over. They broke the posts. The posts were old enough that they managed to break them down. So
this is old corrals that
this is like 84-year-old corrals.
It's old, and so it just needs, when the posts start falling apart, like it needs some work. And so you've got posts and boards from the old corrals.
I do. Yeah.
You're just gonna kind of be moving one set of corral stuff to the other side, and you've already repaired a lot of it.
I have, but we're gonna be doing a lot more of it in the spring, rebuilding some old corrals. I kind of hate to see the old corrals go because it is kind of cool, it's part of history and everything else. But eventually, when a calf can just knock it over, probably not the best thing in the world.
Yeah, when the post breaks.
Yeah, well, they're just rotten, from where they're in the ground. So we could call Beckert, but this is more corral fence. They're more into the barbed wire and that kind of stuff. It's woven wire would work. But
yeah, I mean, you have all the wood from the old corrals, so I mean, it's great to be able to have a project that requires. I mean, you might have to buy some concrete, but essentially, you don't have to buy any supplies.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
There's a few other things on our wish list from Beckert.
Yes.
So we'll
in fact, if you guys manage to, I saw that, and some people may recognize this name, Beckert was giving away some more of their hoodies on their website.
It's too hot. That hoodie is. It's so nice.
It is really nice, but it is it's a Carhartt hoodie.
Yeah.
So it's like a really heavy hoodie.
Really warm.
They sent us a couple of them, and oh my gosh, I can't wear it for very long.
When you can be outside with just a sweatshirt on, like if it's like just cold enough to be like, oh, I should maybe go put on a coat, just go get a Beckert sweatshirt.
Yeah, those are heavy. I wore it underneath my jacket one day and I about roasted to death.
Well, when it's -2.
Yeah,
that's the sweatshirt.
That's the time to do it. But anyway, it was actually one of our fans, WRAN and I think it's THAR. Matt will correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I've seen the name before. It was actually one of our subscribers that won a T-shirt. So the calves, we did manage to get them all moved back in. Erin came out and helped me. They actually went out into that hay field. We pushed them all back into the corral, along with what, 50 cows or so, and then we managed to sort the cows off. We were kind of in a rush to try to get it done before dark.
It was kind of like we got one more try at that last cow, or we were.
That was it. She's going to just stay there till tomorrow.
And then I went down to turn on cow water and found another cow calf in an alley.
We got her out too, though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but you had four-wheeler headlights at that point because you could come around. And
we were just using four-wheelers. So I mean, it was interesting. And the bad part about that was I had some more stuff planned for today's live stream, but I just didn't get a chance to do it because I was out chasing cows around. We do have a special guest coming up during mail call, oddly enough, and that guest I was hoping to have one of those, like on the phone, like a picture of him. That didn't happen. So one name that you may recognize, Todd Brewer, who's one of our subscribers from Alaska, is going to join us during mail call and show us what he sent, along with a really cool idea where you guys can help him name his I don't know, I don't want to give away too much of it.
Project.
Name his next project. Yes, exactly. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. We're going to do that during mail call today. We also have some very special stuff in mail call that might just touch your heart just a little bit, just a wee bit. But yeah, so let's take a.
Look. Yeah, he's here. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, ran third. There we go. Yeah, I knew it was WRAN. I couldn't remember if it was THAR or THER, but yeah, he won himself a Beckart sweatshirt. So make friends with him, and maybe he'll let you borrow it or something. Let's take a few questions as we hang out here, and we can kind of talk about what we have coming up in the next upcoming weeks as we work our way towards the holidays. Obviously, Thanksgiving coming up next weekend, and then Christmas. I think that's usually how it works, right? Thanksgiving and then Christmas, and what our plans are during that time frame, and what we're going to do, and how we're going to make sure that we keep you coming back to the ranch. But we're also going to take a little break for ourselves and for our kids and everything else in there. So let's talk. Oh, I'm wearing my blonde cow shirt.
I will say, if you have a favorite T-shirt design, you need to get it before the end of the year, because the merchandise section of our website is going to be totally revamped.
That's a good
January.
plan. Yeah.
So if there's, and a lot of stuff will stay, but we're going to trim some stuff out. And so if there is something that you have been thinking about for a while, I would pick it up before the end of the year. And we will have some holiday gift sets coming soon. I'm hoping. If
you subscribe to the newsletter, we're hoping to get it out in the newsletter on Monday, tomorrow.
Yeah.
There'll be special holiday gift boxes.
I'm hoping. I have some other stuff I have to do tomorrow too, so I mean, I got to put these together and figure out what all's going to go in them, and of course how much they're going to cost and how much of a discount we can do. But we're gonna bundle some stuff together. So
yeah, exactly. What was I talking about before you started going off about T-shirts? Oh, that I'm wearing a blonde cow T-shirt. This is my my congratulations blonde cow T-shirt. She's pregnant. And she will be staying on the ranch. This T-shirt, actually, we came up with this T-shirt just after we found out she wasn't pregnant last year. And we were going to let her coast on the ranch. So this T-shirt actually helped pay her way for the last year to give her another chance. So that I really do appreciate everybody that bought the Blonde Cow T-shirts. I like the Blonde Cow logo T-shirt. I think they're fun.
We'll have to see if it makes the cut.
We'll see.
It's going to be based upon sales. So, that stuff that we only sold like 2 T-shirts of. Gone. Yeah,
we're going to be making some changes to that. So, we also managed to butcher chickens this week for the first time. We didn't video this one. We ended up kind of doing a test run before we decided to make a video about butchering chickens.
Another test run too. We got lots of chickens.
We do have a lot of chickens
to get through. So,
how did you think it went?
I think it went well. We did 32 chickens, so not a huge amount, and that was kind of our goal. I want to do between like 30 and 50-ish. We had 3 dog kennels, essentially crates, that we went over and we filled them up and ended up with 32.
32.
Chickens.
Yeah.
So there's
variety of sizes, though. That was kind of the thing that disappointed me, was that they're not uniform.
No,
they're not all 5-pound chickens. There was one that was like a 7-pound chicken.
There's some 6 and 7 pounders, and that's okay because some people have different size families, and some people want.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Yeah, some people.
That's the difference.
Yeah, it didn't go well for the chicken. No,
the chickens had a rough time.
Our rabbit is in the shop, and like
I didn't even realize. After we got done, I looked at the rabbit, and he was just standing there looking like, had that deer in the headlights look like, what the hell is going on? And we made him like sit and watch the entire thing. And I kind of, now I think about it, I was like, I should have moved him and
wheeled him.
put him in a different room or something. It was actually I think he was a little traumatized. Because there's only one rabbit left. The one actually died this summer.
Yeah.
So we have one rabbit left, one of the kids' rabbits. And yeah, it looked like a traumatized rabbit, but that's okay. But yeah, it went relatively well, not for the chickens, like JB Weld points out, but for us, I think, you know, the variety of sizes does make sense. That's the difference between like what you get from your local farmer as compared to what you get at the grocery store, where Tyson has every chicken is exactly the same size, and you know, and
99.9% of the feathers have been removed, but you might just want to look at it before you put it in the oven.
You might find a feather, yeah.
You found an esophagus still. That did get fixed before bagging.
It is weird. It's kind of, you know, and the weirdest thing was about butchering chickens was that Mackenzie came down and sat and watched at least half of it. I mean, she saw every single part of it. And like I said, do you really want to be in here? And she said, yeah, I want to see how this is done. And she's taken some human anatomy type classes in school, so she's very interested.
I mean, for 4th grade.
Right, for 4th grade. But like, yeah, she's not going to like, you know, medical school next year or anything like that.
She wanted to see the lungs.
She did. She wanted to see lungs. She wanted to see hearts.
We never did like dig through it and find the lungs.
No, I imagine they're deflated.
Yeah.
At that point, they might be hard to find. But you know, like the heart, and she was like, you know, let me touch it, and you know, kind of
one
thing.
had fallen on the floor, and there's a heart on the floor, and we were not. I didn't care to pick it up because like we'll get it when we clean up, and she was really worried about that heart on the floor. I think it went well though. There's just a couple things like you handled.
I handled the dirty
end. The slaughter and the scalding, and like we did by kill cones, and you set up like a little rack, and we'll make a video.
The arterial spray
is a
bit much. In fact, that is actually
some backing board or
something. That is actually why I'm wearing a black hat now, because my straw hat ended up getting a little bit of blood on it, and
maybe a baseball hat day the next time.
Maybe maybe no hat next time. I don't know.
I had to change clothes because I got pooped on at one point, and I was like, well, I can't process chickens and be covered, because I was helping you the first batch I helped you with. And yeah, but I think a couple of these things, we need an extra hose because we kind of had to share a hose, and sometimes we both needed a hose.
Story of my life. Yep.
What was the other thing? We used turkey fryers for descalder.
We did have some temperature issues, couple. But I mean, it's a learning process as you go, right? So, yeah.
But we started about 2 o'clock with the actual processing, and we were done about 6:30.
Exactly.
And
George,
they were bagged and in the freezer by 2:30.
Exactly. George Carey here. George, we're doing good tonight. George, if you would like to come out and get yourself a fresh chicken, George lives in Gillette here, so I'm going to do a little sales pitch for George, but come out and get a fresh chicken and take it to KFC and have them cook it up for you. I wonder if they do that.
Lungs normally stick to the sides. Most times you need to scrape them. Yeah, I try to scrape everything out, but you know, these are home processed.
It kind of surprised me when you pulled out your first set of testicles. I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm getting the testicles. And I was like, wouldn't those be at the other end? But no, they're like up in the chest cavity.
They're attached.
Yeah, that's weird.
To the wall.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway.
I didn't find the smell too bad. I didn't think it was, although like you left and came back in and you're like, it smells like blood in here.
It smells, you know, that coppery blood smell that you get when you butcher chickens or watch Dexter or whatever. Like it does, yeah, it has that smell to it. But yeah.
Ideally, it'd be nice, of course, to do it in the summertime when like all the shop doors can be open. Although cats would be an issue.
We did have a couple cats that were trying to sneak in.
And they weren't. What are we doing? Bad. They weren't too bad, but Mackenzie had to take Ginger back to the house. Yeah, no, I think it went well.
Very well. Thank you for the $5 super chat, artfully formerly known as Scoot. Are you all going to the Black Hills Stock Show? I don't think I am.
It's in January.
Yeah, it's in January. I wanted to make it last year. Actually, I was talking about going last year with Stetson or somebody last year, I think, and it ended up falling through because
I don't think so.
I don't remember what it was. It was Black Hills Stock Show. It was in Rapid City.
Yeah, I don't think it was with Stetson though.
I don't remember who it was, but yeah, it ended up going through. So, JB Weld, $20 super chat. Happy Thanksgiving, George. Go get that chicken. Yeah, no doubt. There are some that are almost as big as a turkey, small turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're big. You can do the turducken thing.
No, I don't have any turkeys.
We'd have to get some big turkeys for some of those chickens.
I'm gonna butcher the ducks. I like the duck.
With it's a turkey, duck, and then a chicken.
Yeah.
Right? It's a small chicken.
Yeah, it would be a small chicken.
Yeah. I don't know. We actually ended up getting a defeatherer. That
Best
worked.
investment ever. If you were gonna, I don't care if you're only gonna do 20 chickens, like buy a defeatherer.
Yeah.
Put it on Facebook and sell it later, but
30 seconds, boom, done. Yeah. And it shoots the feathers out the bottom, and we actually had a bucket that we drilled holes in, so the feathers and water came out the bottom of the defeatherer, and then the water goes away, and then you just end up with a bucket of feathers, which you said you could compost, right?
yeah, they're a huge nitrogen source. Feathers are. So, did you think the feathers smelled?
No, I didn't smell it. I didn't smell nothing. No. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I've never
You've never butchered chicken.
I've never butchered chickens before. I've never killed that many things in a row. That was a little weird. Like, by the end of it, I was just like, kind of want to be done. Like, this is, it's not that it's horrible to do, but it's just kind of like, it does kind of wear after a while. You're just like, okay, I'm gonna do this again. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad. I think 40 is about our limit for a day.
I think we could have used one more person.
No, don't say that. You'll have volunteers knocking down the door.
We've got some help potentially for the next time it'll be a couple weeks until the other ones are bigger. I want them 4 to 5 pounds, and if we get some 3-pounders, like, that's perfectly fine. But I want them close. I want them on the 5-pound end of things rather than the 3-pound.
Mm-hmm.
And we pretty much picked everybody out that it was ready. So I think about 2 weeks we'll do more. One more person, because I couldn't quite keep up with you.
It was killing too fast.
You can butcher faster than I can process. So, and it just it is a long day.
Yeah.
But we still have like 200 left to go. So.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll work on it kind of on the. It'll be our Saturday project for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because, like, it is something that obviously we learned as much as we could about in advance, because you had done it before, I hadn't done it before.
It's been a long time, though. Like, I had to watch some YouTube videos to, like...
Right. You watch, like, you watch Josh's, you watch Justin Rhodes, whatever. But, like, you go in, once you get into your groove of thing, like, you were going pretty quick. Like, you were able to get in there, scoop, boom, boom, boom. We're just rolling right along. At the end, I could do one
in, like, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I could, if it went well. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Enough about that. Thanks, guys, for putting up with that. But it was interesting.
And I will say it was very satisfying. Like, I put them all in the freezer, and I was like, we've been raising meat and growing food for years and stuff. But like, it was something like I felt very proud of us last night. Like we've been asked to do chickens
for years.
Right? And I was like, nope, too much work. I will say it was very satisfying to like line them up in the freezer, and like I went and checked on them today. I was like, oh, they're all frozen, and like it was.
Checked on them today. I went and checked the live chickens and fed them. You went and checked the dead chickens.
I think it was very satisfying to put something in the freezer that we grew and we raised and we took care of here on the ranch, and then also to have that element of we process this.
Right.
And I don't want to process beef and pork, and regulations don't allow us to do that. Regulations allow us to process poultry, but like it was satisfying. Now, granted, we had to come in the house and like the kids were hungry. Yeah,
I thought about that. I was like as soon as I came in the door, the kids were like, we want food. And I was like, I don't want to touch anything.
They were at Grammy's all day, and they just came home just a little bit before we got there and stuff. But yeah, it was like, oh gosh, we're covered in chicken, and like, it was a long day. And like, I was stiff and sore from like standing at a table all day. And yeah, you had to kill 32 chickens in a row. So.
It's a little different. Different.
I think next time we'll go just a little smoother.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like, obviously, like, I don't like, I've had to shoot cows before, right? Yeah. And usually they're sick and they're dying, and there's like a reason behind it. Like, yeah, it just takes a little while. So we've talked about turkeys.
Yeah,
JB Weld, $5 super chat. Will you do turkeys next year?
So technically you're supposed to raise them separate from chickens because there's diseases that will cross between the two.
I thought they made fun of each other or something, or there was some kind of social stigma or something. Turkeys are Republicans, chickens are Democrats.
Lots of people raise them together and never have any problems, but there is that. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Segregation's not a good thing.
Turkeys die more often than meat chickens.
Yeah, true. But
we don't have any turkeys. So
not yet.
just
We may get there. We talked about it.
Maybe I'll do like 40 of them. I don't know. They're bigger.
They are. Need bigger kill cones. I don't know.
I don't know. Do you really? I don't know.
I don't know. Do you stuff a turkey in a kill cone? I mean, I imagine you could.
We got the extra large ones, didn't we?
Yeah, but I mean, some of those chickens were like barely fitting in there.
I think they'd fit.
Maybe.
Because that one flopped out.
The worst thing about the kill cone is this. It's basically looks like a traffic cone, but it's made out of metal. And you put the chicken in it, and after a while they figure out what's going on, right? Like they're dumb, but they're not that dumb. So you stuff them in, and then you want their heads to come out the bottom of the kill cone. The damn chicken, he'd like a turtle. Like he'd pop his head right into his torso, and I'd be like, "Where's his head?" Like I'd be reaching up in there, and then of course they're pecking you because they're like, "This is BS."
Well, they watch their friends die.
Right, exactly. So I actually, while we made the bunny watch the entire process, eventually I figured out I was going to turn the chickens around so they couldn't see what was going on. But I think as soon as you put them in there, they know, like they can smell it, right? So.
So D. Hanson Ranch says, "I'll never raise turkeys and chickens together again. They trample the broilers." And we had some issues with trampling and stuff too.
We had broilers trampling broilers, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. We might do chickens earlier in the year and then just do like how long do turkeys take? I don't even know.
Google it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Ask Google. Google knows everything. In fact, if Google could come here and work on the ranch, I could take a day off. What's the name of the Google person when you talk? It's like, you have
Google.
Siri.
I don't know.
Does it have a name?
I don't know.
Siri is Apple. What's the Alexa is the Amazon thing. The Google person doesn't have a name.
I don't know what her name is.
And why are they all women? Oh, because women know everything. That's right. I always forget
change
that.
It to be a man.
Can you really?
I think so.
Oh. Well, then a man would know everything.
I can't sell chickens to the coop because of regulation. These have to go direct to end consumer.
Oh. Somebody asked about the coop?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Thank you, Southern Farming Kitchen, for the super chat. We appreciate that.
20 weeks for a 20 pounder.
Whew.
That's a long time.
Oh, a long time.
No wonder they cost like $70.
They are free, a fresh local turkey, $70, $80.
Is Alexa the Google one? No, Alexa's okay Google. See? I can't keep them all straight.
We just say, "Hey, Google."
Yeah.
Is her name Alexa? We don't have the little black one. We have Google Home.
No, Alexa is the Apple, or not Apple, the Amazon thing. There's 3 of them.
Yeah, it's Hey Google. That's her name.
Her name is Google? They couldn't come up with a name for her? Whatever. All right.
We say, "Hey Google."
The kids say "Hey Google" a lot.
Hey, Google.
I've got a Google Nest Home thing, whatever it's called. It's I use it for an alarm clock. It's my clock next to the bed. And Lincoln comes in. He says, "Hey Google, show me pictures of bugs." It shows him pictures of bugs. That's like his favorite thing to do. I say, "Hey Google, what's the temperature going to be tomorrow?" or something like that. But yeah, "Hey Google, show me pictures of bugs." The kids, by the way, and for anybody who doesn't know, Lincoln's been in speech therapy for quite a while. And on our way home from the park, I took the kids to the park today, and they were
Keep turning on your Alexa. Sorry.
That's funny. I'm bringing the kids home from the park, and Mackenzie and Grace are telling Lincoln about how he used to say no. Do you remember how he used to say no?
He still does that.
Bo. But was it Bo?
Mo.
It was Mo. Well, today he was very clear about no. He was very clear. So yeah, that's all good.
He's been a lazy talker his whole life.
I guess gives him something to do.
What his deal is. So.
No doubt, no doubt. We're getting into this a little late, but we have a heck of a show in store for you. We have mail call coming up today. This is the return of mail call. It's been quite a while since we've done mail call, and one of the reasons for that is you can send us basically anything, right? You can send us.
No, not anything. No.
Why not? If it fits in a post office box, they can send it, right? What are you thinking that somebody would send that you don't want?
I don't know.
We've gotten some weird stuff.
We don't need anything.
We don't need anything, no. But if you would like to send anything, you can do that.
Send a note.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. But what's the weirdest thing you think we've ever had sent to us?
That root beer bottler.
Oh, the root beer. Who did send the root beer bottler? We never did really figure that thing out. It was make your own root beer, but it had.
They sent like the big pull.
But it had the big, like you could actually bottle
that.
your own root beer, and you didn't need that part for it. So kind of felt bad, but.
I don't know where that's at.
I'm trying to remember where that's at. I don't know.
In the basement.
Anyway, you can send fan mail, all that stuff through Old Person Mail to our Wyoming Life P.O. Box 667, Gillette, Wyoming 82717.
Just send like a note.
Yeah, or a license plate. People send license plates. We've been putting license plates up for quite a while.
I'm trying to declutter the house.
I know, right? We do have the Airbnb, though.
We're good.
If anybody wants to send a hide-a-bed, I could probably use one over there.
No, we don't.
Doesn't Erin need White Claws?
No.
Look, White Claws. No. Wasn't there a Christmas White Claw coming out, by the way?
There's a seasonal one.
Seasonal White Claws. If anybody happens to
Bud
work
Light
for
Seltzer.
White Claw, or who makes White Claws?
Oh, White Claw makes White Claws.
Okay, well, if you happen to work for White Claw and you're looking for a sponsor, or somebody to sponsor, this one right here.
White Claw. Yeah, but I'm cheating on White Claw tonight. So.
That's the last one of those, by the way.
Oh, we'll have to get some new ones tomorrow.
Maybe you can get your Christmas pack. I don't know.
I will.
I don't know. Anyway, if you put a slip knot, a baling line, this is a late comment, but around the neck, and you can guide the head through the cone.
You could have a little tie.
True. I hold their head though. Like if these are big cones, so I'm able to reach up there and kind of eventually get a hold of them. But anyway,
You gotta see. Then you can just hold them, tie them off, and then just.
What is that?
It's a great idea. Thanks.
I want to hear that again. No. What sound did the chicken make at the end there? Actually, some of them did squeak.
Gurgly. Yeah, there was a few. I was like, oh, that one's squeaky.
That was a squeaky one.
I haven't had the Coors Seltzer. I'm pretty indiscriminate in my hard seltzer, though. I just kind of, what flavors look the most fun?
Can you buy the regular, like, seltzer pop or whatever it is that you get, in the can?
Yeah.
Bubbly pop, whatever it's called, and then just like mix vodka with it or something?
Well, then it would taste like vodka.
Well, what does this taste like?
Seltzer water.
Just drink seltzer water. What's the difference?
Well, this has alcohol in it.
Speaking of alcohol, Judy asked, how is the mead coming along?
I'm trying to make a label.
We're working on the label.
There's a glass shortage, so we're working on bottles and labels.
There's a glass shortage?
Yeah.
Really? Where's all the glass going?
I don't know. COVID.
The glass is going to COVID? It doesn't surprise me.
I did find mason jars this week. That was exciting.
You were really excited about that.
I was really excited about mason jars because I don't know if any of you guys have tried to find mason jars. It's been pretty hard to find. All of our stores have been sold out. Menards did have some this week. So I went and picked up a bunch. I didn't buy all of them. I left plenty for other people, but I did buy a lot.
Nice.
I've had to kind of almost rethink how I do some things in the farm store because I wasn't able to buy mason jars, so we were surviving, but...
Steve Cameron mentioned that Mexican Dr. Peppers are better than U.S. ones. I've actually heard that before.
Well, we don't live in Mexico.
I know, it's kind of tough to get them here, but...
I mean, cool.
I used to...
we don't have a Mexican... Can you get them at Mexican grocery stores?
Oh, maybe. What is a Mexican Dr. Pepper called? Because I don't speak Spanish, so... Somebody who speaks Spanish, translate Dr. Pepper into Spanish.
Dr. Pepper.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wouldn't they translate it into Spanish? No? See if how many people's Alexa is on. Hey, Alexa, translate Dr. Pepper into Spanish. I don't know if that worked or not, but it may have.
So, William, you put extra vodka into your White Claw? Good thinking. Yeah, Matt's a rebel, and he really likes the hard stuff.
Root beer with ice cream? Yeah. It does have beer in it, so it kind of counts. It kind of counts. All right, we're rolling up on the 6:30 mark, halfway through the show. We're going to fire off a little bit of... There we go. It's time for mail call.
Cool.
Very cool. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So mail call seems to go through, I started talking about this and we ended up going down some weird alcoholic rant. But the mail call kind of, like, we get a lot of mail call stuff and then it kind of goes through phases, right? Where we get a lot of stuff and then we don't and then we do. And sometimes there's even stuff that we find out about ahead of time and then we try to kind of shuck it off to the side. Like, you don't need to send us that. You don't have to do that. But sometimes those people are still very insistent and they say, I do have to do that. And this is a very good example. This is a letter and a note that we received here. This one is from the Guerreros. I hope I pronounced that right. Matt, Madison, Angelo, Lucy, Izzy, and baby Blaze, who is due in March of 2021. These guys actually, they came and stayed at the Airbnb, I do believe. They stayed in the Airbnb, and I think Matt wrote this. I'm pretty sure Matt wrote this. He says, our kids had so much fun at the ranch this past summer, and they continue to bring it up almost every single day. You guys are agricultural role models for both Angelo and Lucy, and whenever we see a farmer out in the field, they automatically start talking about Erin and Mike. When the local farmer was harvesting near our subdivision, Lucy kept saying, I want to see Mr. Mike. Oh, that's nice. So Angelo got a hold of us a while ago, or his dad did, and said that Angelo decided on his own to have a lemonade stand this summer during their garage sale with donations at the lemonade stand going towards the cows' hay fund. Of course, I told Matt, Angelo's dad at that time, I said, that's great, but
his dad at that time.
Well, I told him at that time. I'm sure he was his dad probably at all times.
I told him in email, you do not have to send us this money.
Exactly. I said, why don't you take that money and put it towards Angelo's college fund or bike fund or whatever you want to do. But he did say that he wanted to raise money so you wouldn't have to sell cows, and also wanted to make sure there's money for seeds for vegetables. So he made sure to tell every customer about the YouTube videos and all about the ranch. We were very proud with the way he came up with the idea, planned ahead to prepare and execute his plan with conviction and focus that was very surprising for a 4-year-old. I can't figure out what I'm going to do one day to the next. I've got a 4-year-old out here raising money.
We can't get Mackenzie to help clean the Airbnb unless you bribe her with money.
Yeah. He squeezed the lemons for the lemonade. He made the cookie dough. He cut them out. He decorated. He baked them. And he surprised us as a really persuasive salesman as well.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Encourage that entrepreneurship.
Right, no doubt. So the deal was, I think, was that the parents would match whatever Angelo made at his lemonade stand to send to us. So we received a check made out to the cows for $200.
Let's show people. There's addresses. And
I'm sorry. from Angelo and his family.
Yes.
So
thank you
very much, guys. They also sent some pictures. Can I show the pictures? Yeah. Okay. This one says, Mr. Mike, I want you to have this money for the cows, and a picture of that. I honestly don't know. Can you figure it out?
Maybe it's you and Angelo.
I believe so. I think this is a cowboy hat.
That's a little person.
That's a little person. So I'm going to go with me and Angelo. That's very good, right there. And then one from Izzy. This one's for you.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I have lots of pictures like that from our own children.
Right.
I love it.
Very cool. And I'm not sure what that one is. I never did see that one.
Some scribbles.
Oh, look at that.
This one's from Lucy. It says Lucy on it. How old's Lucy? Do you remember?
I do not remember. It does not say in here. Little.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
I think Izzy's the littlest one.
Okay.
So I think it goes Angelo, Lucy, and then Izzy.
And they're having another one. Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, no doubt. You got way more patience than I do. So anyway, yeah, thank you very much for doing that. That's very cool. I mean, very surprising too. Like, I honestly really did try to talk him out of it.
Oh yeah, we're like, no, you can't.
You really don't have to do this, but very, very cool. And especially the fact that, like, we can reach people that young, that for the rest of their lives, they will have a different perspective, I would imagine.
I hope, yeah.
Yeah.
At 4 years old, I hope that memory sticks with them, and even if it doesn't last their whole lifetime, because they're young children. I know our kids fixated on things and would remember stuff for a year or two after big events like this happen, and hopefully they come back. Hopefully their mom and dad will bring them back, and they can come and stay at the Airbnb again, and maybe every few years they'll get to come back and visit the ranch.
The nice thing is that this will be on YouTube forever.
Yeah.
So they can go back and look at this whenever they would like, and
someday he'll be like, why?
Why did I do that? It's like, I want my $200 back, man. I got like Xbox games to buy and stuff, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, just
very neat.
Very, very impressive to me. And of course, Matt and your wife, Allison? I'm going to have to look now. I don't remember.
I'm bad at names.
Madison. That's right. Matt and Madison. Doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Speaking of great jobs, this is another box that was sent to us kind of by surprise.
It's not a great job.
Well, it is. This is something that Wyoming has to be proud of, right?
We know nothing about this.
It's one of the first things that I ever learned about when I came to Wyoming.
Okay.
Was
but we don't have a partnership or anything with
no,
this. But we
it's
just received a box in the mail, and like you're talking like we know all about this company.
Well, I don't know all about this company, but I do know that they make chili, and it's called Chugwater Chili. They are based out of Chugwater, Wyoming, which is a town that we drove through a lot.
It's on I-25.
It's on I-25. They sent us a nice little, unfortunately there's not enough for everybody, so we can't share, but a nice little gift pack here. What is this? Gourmet chili blend, dip mix dressing, some steak rub, and red pepper jelly.
Yeah, so if you're interested in some chili seasoning from Wyoming, go to chugwaterchili.com.
There you go. So
I haven't had Chugwater chili seasoning. I remember as a kid, my mom would buy it.
don't they do like a huge like chili cook-off or something there every year in Chugwater?
I have no idea.
I always thought they did.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. And our last item for mail call today is to, we are actually going to give somebody a call. We're going to get somebody on the horn here. Todd Brewer has been a subscriber to the channel for years. I mean, Todd's been there since the very beginning. And Todd is a Wyoming native. Well, I don't know if he's native to Wyoming, but he lived in Wyoming for quite a while. And
hello?
Hey, Todd, how are you?
I'm just fat, dumb, and happy.
Fat, dumb, and happy. Aren't we all? That's a great way to be, trust me. I was just telling folks that you lived in Wyoming for quite a while. Are you from Wyoming?
Yeah, I was born and raised there.
Okay, and you lived down by Casper, correct?
Yeah, and then I eventually ended up over by Cody. And then I was in Cody Albertson's one time and just minding my own business. There's a copy of Alaska magazine on the shelf, and I ended up buying it, and kind of the rest is history.
And you ended up in Alaska. In what's the name of the town that you live in?
Seward.
Stewart, Alaska. What's the population there?
There's about 3,000 of us.
About 3,000 people. How many bears are there?
Boy, that's a tough one. We got a lot of them.
I know you know this from experience, and the way that we met Todd was that Todd is a bit of a photographer, and over the years has I just dropped stuff. Has been sending us pictures of his life and his lifestyle in Alaska, and Erin's going to hold some of these up for you, but. Todd, how did you end up becoming a photographer?
Well, I just kind of took pictures for the fun of it, and people kept saying, "Oh, I like that. Can I get a copy?" And then it just kind of escalated from there.
Now, is this your full-time job, or what do you do for what's your real life job?
I drive a school bus to support my photography habit.
There you go. There you go. And you have a project on the way that I was telling Erin about and I was telling everybody about. Oh, first of all, I didn't get a chance to introduce you because you answered the phone so fast. Todd, everybody, Todd. You're working on a project that is going to be a collection of photographs that all have to do with bears, but not only just bears that live in your area, but bears that have literally, maybe, well, I don't know about literally, but scared the crap out of you.
Yes.
Yes. So
there is one particular bear. He's on the boardwalk, and I don't know if you have the bears in front of you there, but you can see a little bit of white around his mouth. He is kind of foaming, and he is threatening me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is that the one on the boardwalk? Okay. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was just, oh, is this how I'm going to die?
Is this something you have to worry about often living there?
most people carry bear spray or a firearm out in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And the old timers would tell you if you're going to take a pistol for bear protection, you file the front sight off. That way it doesn't hurt so bad when the bear shoves it up your butt.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Our relationship started with one picture that you sent us to start with.
It was the first one I showed.
It was the very first one, and this one you called No Fear, and you told me the story behind this guy. You got maybe just a little bit too close to him while taking this picture. Is that correct?
I think a lot too close.
A lot too close.
Are they black bears or
probably
grizzlies?
20 feet from him.
20 feet. 20 feet. Aaron had a question.
JB Weld had a question. Are they black bears or grizzlies?
I think most of those pictures are brown bears.
Brown bears. Okay.
And brown bears are the. I could be wrong. We don't have a lot of bears here, thankfully. Brown bears are the least aggressive, or is it black bears?
Depends on who you talk to. A brown bear is probably the crankiest, but if you get mauled, the black bear is more likely to eat you.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Cool.
They tell you if you get mauled, you play dead for a brown bear, and you fight a black bear.
Okay. And grizzlies, you play dead.
Grizzly and brown bear are the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
The only difference is geography.
So a grizzly bear is a coastal brown bear? Or is it the
Brown
other?
bear is a coastal grizzly.
Okay, I was backwards. Right. So
We don't have a lot of bears.
we don't have a lot of bears. I have seen a bear once when I was haying up north, and there was a bear walking through the hayfield. I was like, what is a bear doing down here? So one of the things that you're working on is a group of pictures, group of a collection, I guess is what you got. I don't know. You're the photographer. You tell me.
Yeah, it's a collection.
Okay.
And I've done a collection of reflections pictures, and that's real easy to name. You call it reflections.
Okay.
Or in different collections, they're easy to name, but brown bears, and they're a little bit different. Because sometimes you catch them just eating, and they're just an incredibly powerful animal. So I'm just what can I name this collection that really distinguishes what the way a brown bear makes you feel.
So I'm guessing that the first thought that you had was your skid mark collection?
Pretty much, yeah. There is something to be said for exercising your sphincter muscle.
Especially when you're getting within 20 yards of these guys.
Angelo just went to bed. Good night, Angelo.
Good night, Angelo.
But I was up on some rocks where I knew the bear couldn't get at me. But when he turned and just looked me dead in the lens, I thought maybe he can get at me. So I started to work my way out of there, and then another bear, I call that picture Homeland Security. He came up kind of to my left and behind me. And so I just decided this is a good time to do an evacuation.
Literally?
Yeah, I just have no desire to become a bear turd.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So basically, by Todd sending us all these pictures that we're showing you now, we are asking for your help. Everybody on the channel, you have a chance now to help Todd name his next collection. And we're not just doing this for charity, because Todd has agreed that whoever names his next collection actually gets it's worth what, $200-300 probably, Todd?
Yeah, at least, yes.
Okay, so you will get a copy of this entire collection of photographs that you can hang on your walls, or you can give away as Christmas presents, or whatever you want to do, just by helping Todd out. And this is the kind of thing that I love about our Wyoming Life, is the fact that not only do we show ranching and farming and stuff like that, but what happens up in Alaska, the industries that happen up there, they're still agriculture. So we're all supporting each other, and it's basically helping Todd out by coming up with a better name than Skidmark for his new. Actually, that may be the winner. I don't know. I may have just won. But what we want you guys to do.
Name it that.
You can't name it Skidmark? I think that's kind of funny. I could see that sitting in Barnes and Noble. Is there still Barnes and Noble around, by the way?
So.
Yes, there is.
Okay, so I see it sitting in
There's
Barnes
one
and
in
Noble.
Anchorage.
There you go. So basically, what we would like you to do is, if you have ideas for names for the collection, go ahead and put them in the chat. If you come up with something later, just email it to Matt at ourwyominglife.com. Matt is going to keep track of some of these.
Poor Matt.
And what we're going to do is we're going to submit all these tomorrow or the next day to Todd. Todd's going to go through the list and he's going to pick out a name for his collection. And then next weekend, we will name a winner. We'll have Todd back on for a few minutes. We'll name a winner and we'll come up and we'll find out who's getting the free collection. I think it's a great thing that you're doing, Todd. I think it's really nice of you. And of course, you'll get some great ideas. Trust me. I've seen some roll by already. I've seen Intimidation. I've seen Vast Alaska. I think what it was another one I saw somewhere. Terror. That's probably pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And then, JB Weld asked, is that Denali? Must have been Denali, because I think it was written on the back. It said
Yeah,
Denali.
one of them said Denali.
Erin's been showing your pictures here, so.
Yes, this one says Denali on the back.
Yep, exactly. So now Brian does have a point. Brian Pritt has a point. He says you are in Alaska. How can you not take a fantastic picture? Do you have any training on how to do this, or is it just dumb luck of where you live?
I actually did a correspondence course through the New York Institute of Photography.
Oh, there you go. See, so you got some skills.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't do it. Trust me. I mean, they look great, and.
And I mean, we're great at iPhone photography.
Yeah, I can do it with an iPhone, but
not
Well,
real photography.
I think what really distinguishes a professional photographer from an amateur photographer is when your camera costs more than your car.
Yeah.
that's probably exactly it. I should put you together with Zach Hewitt. He'll tell you. You guys probably have a whole conversation about the things that you're lacking because you had to buy a new lens. It's like, well, I was going to eat this week, but
Yeah.
No, I was going to eat the next 3 months.
yeah, exactly.
Well, there's a lens that I would like. It's a pipe dream. The lens costs $25,000.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
So,
And I could buy a tractor for less than that.
No doubt.
So
No.
use it.
Well, hopefully we can help come up with a name for this collection. That name will be irresistible. People will buy the collection like crazy, and eventually you'll be able to put a down payment on your lens. That's our hope.
And I decided to, I was trying to decide how many pictures I should, put in this.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had a interior design person say you should always have an odd number.
Okay.
And, so I was going 5, 7. Okay, maybe 7 or 9. Then I got to thinking, well, why don't I just do 10? Then they can do 2 groups of 5.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
it's not our area of expertise.
I don't know. I know how to count to 10. I'm doing great there. I think, and you got the math down. 10 divided by 2 is 5.
Is a picture of this brown bear. He's kind of walking right at me. He's below me down the river bottom, and you can see his claws are so pronounced. They're just massive.
This one, it's hard for you
Look
guys
like
to
you
see.
could just rip your face off in a heartbeat.
Oh my gosh. Well, Todd, I appreciate you giving us a chance to help you out, and of course giving our viewers a chance to win as well. And I appreciate you being a supporter of our channel. You have been for years, and everything.
You keep me connected with the way I grew up.
There you go. And we have your pictures. Obviously, if you've stayed in the farmhouse, you've seen some of Todd's photography over there. I actually have photography here in the studio. So thank you very much, Todd. And we'll shoot all that stuff to you here in the next few weeks or the next few days. And then next weekend, we'll pick a new name if that works for you.
That works great.
All right. Thank you, sir. You have a great evening.
You too, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye. There we go.
So if you guys want to be entered to win Todd's collection, you need to email your answer to Matt. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that way we can keep track of names and stuff like that. So email Matt at ourwyominglife.com. Tell him your ideas, and it could be multiple. You can have as many as you'd like, and then Matt will put those together, and then we will send those on to Todd. Todd will go through them. He'll pick out what name he thinks fits his collection the best, and then we will award a winner.
Yeah.
So,
and then if you don't win the collection, how can you buy Todd's prints?
I don't know yet.
We'll have that information next week.
We'll find that out. Yeah, because he's got some pretty cool pictures in there. This one, like I said, is the very first one that Todd sent us, and it really, if you look close enough,
well, there might be information on the back. No. Maybe Todd, if you're in the chat, if you could tell us how to buy your pictures, that'd be great. If not, Google Todd Brewer photography. See if that gets you anything.
In this eye, you can see a little tiny guy upside down, standing way too close with his camera and literally crapping his pants. So you can see a reflection in the bear's eyes. I could imagine that going out and trying to find anybody can, you can go out and you can take landscapes and, take pictures of flowers, that kind of thing. But when you're taking pictures of stuff that can eat you,
that's a little different.
That's a whole different thing. So that is the end of mail call today. Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate everything that you guys sent. Chugwater Chili, of course. Angelo, I know you went to bed, but man, you rock. And Todd as well. We will have a winner next week for those. Have Todd make those postcards and put them in the farm store.
Yeah, I should do that.
You know what we should do is bring Todd down here and take some pictures around here. And then we do have Zach.
He's the unofficial owl photographer.
He has a lot of stuff from around the ranch on his website too, doesn't he? Yeah.
But yeah, I think I love it when Zach posts stuff because it's like, oh look, it's nice to see the ranch through like somebody else's eyes and stuff. It would be interesting to see like Todd's take on the scenery.
Yeah, he'd be looking for the bears though. There are no bears here. We do have some cows that might try to kill you. I had one come at me today.
I know.
I had to jump in the feeder to get out of her way. She was mad.
She was mad.
Yeah, I kept on yelling at you because you were running the gate.
I was behind the gate. I was fine.
I couldn't see you and I couldn't hear you, but I wanted you to know that there was a cow that was like on the hunt.
Yeah.
She was mad.
Did
you catch her number, by the way, when she went by at 400 miles an hour? No, neither did I. I'm too busy diving in the feeder.
Our school's back to normal in Wyoming. Yeah, we opened up in August, and we're still at normal. So
we have 8 minutes left. Let's do a little Q&A as we wrap things up here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll scroll back here and see if we can get ourselves started here. Where can people buy his pictures? These are all going to be questions about Todd.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help me at all.
Just
all right.
Give everyone a minute.
Give everybody a minute.
I mean, you could talk about something.
Where can we find Zach's pictures? What is Zach's? Zach's got a Facebook page.
He's got Instagram.
Instagram.
Facebook. Zach, throw your stuff in the comments.
Yeah, let's talk about pictures. Let's throw some stuff up. Matt complained that Erin treated him like a bear.
I don't growl.
Well, if you treated... Wait a minute, I'm confused now.
Is Matt a bear? Or
Matt or a bear, or are you a bear? I don't know. Now I'm confused. I don't know.
Weather's been nice. It's been like in the 40s during the day and like the 20s at night, and we've had I'd say we've had a pretty windy fall. Like we had 70-mile-an-hour winds the other day.
That was fun.
We had a good like 12 hours of really windy. But hey Zach, what's your Instagram? And you
post your what are those? No, you can't say put up your digits anymore. What is it? It's your
socials.
Your socials. Throw up your socials, man. Is that how that works?
I think so.
Okay.
I haven't finalized the price on the chickens. We have a spreadsheet.
We did do a spreadsheet, and we figured out like chickens cost money to raise, right?
Money.
So
they're probably going to be $4.50 a pound.
Really? Wow. They're good chickens, though. I raised every single one.
We're going to eat. I should make one for dinner tomorrow.
Oh, that would be good. We should probably try one.
I needed to like give it a 24 hours before.
Erin asked me after we got done processing chicken. She was like, "You want to go to KFC and get some dinner?" Like, yeah, actually, it sounds good. I don't know why, but it did sound good. We did not. That would be a little weird.
That's how you can find Zach. Yeah, I could have just brought one in from the shop yesterday and put it in the fridge, but I threw them all in the freezer, so I wanted to have the whole experience because, you know, everyone's going to buy them frozen, so I'm going to defrost one and maybe we'll have one for dinner tomorrow.
There we go.
Before I sell them on Tuesday.
Skylar asked how are you liking the AeroQuip system after prey checking and weaning. You know what? Honestly, it works pretty dang slick.
Yeah.
You know, obviously there's a few things that, you know, you look at. The really good thing about AeroQuip, though, is that the day after we put out the video, they got a hold of me and said, you know, hey, what can we fix? What didn't work? You know. And we're already talking to them about modifications to new systems. So it's very cool. They're very, they didn't know that I was putting out a video that I showed. I don't call these guys ahead of time and say.
They knew there was a video coming.
Well, they knew I was going to prey check at some point. I mean, and if they followed the channel, yeah, they would know that it was coming. But like, I don't call these guys ahead of time and say, hey, I'm putting out a video. It's going to have your system in it. And I don't let them, like, you know, look at it ahead of time. And
yeah, they don't approve the video.
They don't approve them or anything like that. So yeah, we just, you know, they called me right afterwards. They said, hey, what worked and what didn't? You know, we noticed this. How can we fix this? They're sending new springs for something or other that I got to switch out because they noticed that the handle might have been a little bit too tough for you. They might have had the wrong springs. So yeah, it was very cool to, you know, to talk to those guys. What did the vet think about the AeroQuip? Vet loved it.
I asked her about it. I just asked if anybody else in the area has an AeroQuip because we don't have an AeroQuip dealer that's like super close. And she said that she's been to one other ranch that has one. And she said she really liked it. She said she loves how everything's like spring loaded, like the handle to get in, you know, in the vet panels.
Palpation cage.
Yeah, so like how it's spring loaded, and she said like, you know, the safety features on an AeroQuip are amazing, and that's what I like too. It's super safe.
Yeah,
so.
As long as you don't hit with the tractor. That's right.
Yeah.
Siler asked if any other ranchers in our area calve during the fall. Nobody calves here in the fall. That's more of a southern thing. You don't see that a whole lot.
How's your vertical load hopper for cake?
Good. I moved it into the sales barn though.
Yeah.
I did do that. I found out the cake sacks obviously are not waterproof, and the tarp that I put on.
You stole the tarp from somebody.
We ended up taking the tarp off for something else. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to move this inside, and so I put a new sack of cake on it and moved it inside. You might have actually seen it in the video. I think I walked by it at some point. And nobody mentioned it. Nobody was like, oh, it's inside now.
I think you should move it to the other end, though, because you still have a few things to put in.
I do. I need to. I'll figure it out. It's always a work. It's fluid. The whole thing is very fluid.
So you need to use that ton of cake and then put it at the other end so you don't have to back all the way in, so you could free up some storage space.
True. Bad thing is I would have to move it in order to get anything out, which I do occasionally. But that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. You just gotta you have that other door, that roll-up door, clear. But you always pile stuff in front of that too.
Right. Robert asked if they're gonna make it work so we can brand in there. I'm not sure that's gonna happen in time for next year. They do have some things working, but obviously they have to go through R&D and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure. I did ask them that though, and I don't think it's gonna happen by this year. But maybe 2022. Well, we may have a different option.
We did not feed the chicken guts to the pigs. You put them in the incinerator.
Correct. Along with the heads.
Yeah. I know you can. We didn't. I did feed some necks and some feet to the cats.
Cats don't like the feet.
They didn't eat the feet.
No, they don't like the feet.
I was like, oh, they love the feet.
That's weird. Are we keeping Faith? We are, right?
No.
I thought we had to replace a calf for one of the kids.
Mackenzie needs a calf.
That's Faith.
No, she's keeping Bambi's.
Oh, okay. Which one's Bambi? Oh, that's Blossom? Bambi's? Oh, I thought that was a boy. Oh, I think in the video I said it was a boy. Bambi's calf.
Is it a boy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We got to go back and look at all these things.
We're going to keep a handful of heifers. We're not keeping a lot. We're going to keep... Lincoln also has a cow that needs to go, so he needs a replacement. And does Grace have 5? I don't know.
I think so.
We got to do some counting. My shirt says, support local farmers. Support your local farmer. That's what it says.
Yes.
You can get this on our website.
You can.
OurWyomingLife.com. But maybe wait till tomorrow. Holiday gift boxes will be there by Tuesday morning. Maybe tomorrow. Set the bar low. Exceed expectations.
Oh, I've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
Trust me. That's the only way I get by.
Yeah.
People are like, you're so smart, because they think I'm an idiot. It's kind of like 10 divided by 2 is 5. They're like, good job, Mike. Good job.
Yeah, I probably, and we didn't, when we processed the chickens, I didn't keep hearts and livers and all that stuff this time with the
gizzards
batch.
and
yeah, no.
Yeah. People eat gizzards.
I know, I threw it all in the scrap bucket.
It could have been worth like
I know,
major bucks.
The gizzards got to take that sack out, and like it's just.
There's like a process to the gizzards.
They might just get livers and hearts and necks, because that's just a lot easier.
I vaguely remember as a kid, Thanksgiving, because like doesn't the turkey come with the bag of like junk, and then like people like fry it up or something?
We make it. I put it in stuffing.
Okay, I vaguely remember as a kid like my dad taking the gizzard and neck and all that kind of stuff and like frying it up separately or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably good. Not good?
I don't know.
If you're over the age of 50, it's probably good. I don't know.
Made chicken liver pate.
What is that? Chicken liver, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
What is a pate?
Just a ground up liver. You spread it on toast.
Like ham liver?
I've never made it.
Hamburger liver?
I don't really
know.
eat that kind of stuff.
You're weird.
Carrie, I sent you an email.
Carrie really doesn't check her email that often, I noticed.
I sent you an email.
What's better, gizzards or Rocky Mountain oysters? Now, there is a blind taste test that could be done with our friend Matt Fensel if he ever chooses to show his face on the ranch again. We could have a blind taste test. I don't know.
I put the giblets in the stuffing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Boil some water, throw the giblets in. Once they're cooked, turn it off, fish all your giblets out so you can chop them up for your stuffing. Throw in a whole stick of butter.
Are giblets like the little tiny little chunks of meat in your stuffing that look like they're little dark meat looking things? That's a giblet? Oh, I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, it's the liver and the heart and the neck.
That's in everything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you eat all that juice that comes off that meat and the whole stick of butter and some milk you pour over the stuffing.
I mean, a whole stick of butter?
Well, it's Thanksgiving. It's
All
not
right,
diet Thanksgiving.
Paula Dean. What's the butter in there?
It's a big pot of stuffing.
You got some pictures over
I
there?
have a few pictures over here.
All right, coming up this week on Our Wyoming Life, we have a new podcast due out on Wednesday. Erin and I will be sitting down, and we're going to talk about one of the biggest email questions that we get, which is, how do you guys have the time to do everything you do? Which, honestly, sometimes doesn't really feel like that much to me. I'm like, you know, there's days where I'm like, I should really be doing more. But we're going to talk about that in the podcast. That's due out on Wednesday. You can check that out on... hold on, I'll get to it in a second. You can check that out on Apple iTunes, on Google Cast or Google iTunes or whatever the heck it's called. And then, of course, Spotify and all that kind of good stuff. What are you laughing at?
JB Weld Super Chat.
I will definitely super chat the heck out of Matt Fensel blind taste test on the ranch. I don't know if I can get Matt to eat another Rocky Mountain oyster. I kind of tricked him the first time.
I made pickled eggs the other day and I sent the Fensels a picture, and Matt doesn't even eat eggs, boiled eggs.
Matt eats like a 4-year-old.
He eats the same diet that our kids do.
Yeah, yeah.
Chips and beef jerky and
junk food, pizza.
no vegetables. Matt, will you be up for a blind taste test?
I think he's disappeared. Oh no, he's still there. Just for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's monetize the heck out of that. So coming in sometime in 2021, Matt Fensel will eat gross stuff.
We could have him here on the live stream.
Yeah.
And we could just have like a little table set up in front of him. Mm-hmm. Be like gizzard, heart, tongue. We could make him eat a beef tongue. It's meat, technically. It's not a vegetable, so you're good. As long as it's not a vegetable, he's good to go.
Can you guys show that comment from Todd Brewer, please, moderators?
Oh, yes. Thank you,
If you guys are interested in photography from Todd Brewer, there's his email address.
There you go. There you go. Jay asked about the Mack truck. It's still sitting out here. I started it up the other day. It actually started. Gary was like amazed it started in the cold weather.
Tammy, are you going to participate too in the blind taste test?
Anything for Erin. What am I, chopped liver? Yeah, maybe I am. Chopped chicken liver.
How about all the Fensels?
Maybe I'm pate.
How about all the Fensels eat stuff?
Set up a little buffet. That would be funny.
Stuff from the ranch.
We'd have to get them here. That might be the hard part now that they know.
Well, they're coming back.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we got lots of returning visitors coming at some point.
I know where the chicken testicles are at, so
Ooh.
could save some of those.
They might be.
They're so little.
They look like jelly beans. That's what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, look like little jelly beans. Yeah. Poor guy. Alrighty, guys, be sure to email Matt at ourwyominglife.com and let him know your ideas for Todd's collection of bear photographs. Skid mark collection, not going to fly. But something along those lines, maybe make it funny, make it happy, make it something that's going to sell on Amazon, because we want to make Todd $1 million.
Does he sell on Amazon?
I don't know, maybe he would. Maybe he could. Who knows? You never know. They're cool pictures.
It's okay, Carrie.
I would take it.
I figured eventually you just email back and be like, you didn't email me. And I'd be like, no, I did.
You guys get into some sort of weird argument or something? You okay?
Yeah, email me back if you have questions.
All right. We want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. Coming up on for the next few weeks, we've got a video coming out on Tuesday. That's going to be the next step of what's going to happen to the calves and what we're going to do with them. Make sure that they have the correct nutrition, all that kind of good stuff. And then we're going to take some time off, obviously, for Thanksgiving. We'll be back on Tuesday the following week with a brand new Cost of Ranching 2020. That's going to be a big deal. You're going to want to check that out and share it and do all that kind of good crap with it.
So no live stream next week. You guys enjoy the holiday. I know most of us are not spending it with family, but...
Oh, yeah, on Sunday. Next Sunday, no live stream.
Yeah, no live stream next
Okay,
Sunday.
You threw me off there because I was talking about Tuesday already.
I know, but I was telling the people that there's no live stream on Sunday.
No live stream next weekend. We're going to spend some time with family as much as we can.
Yeah, well, my mom.
Your mom and the kids. But and then, like I said, Tuesday, the Cost of Ranching 2020. And for the holiday, when we're going to keep making videos all the way up until the Tuesday. I don't know what day Christmas is on, but somewhere around there, we'll keep on cruising along. We'll be showing you what's going on around here on the ranch, including some modifications to the cake feeder, all kinds of fun stuff.
Thursday, so yeah.
So we'll have a Tuesday
December
video.
22nd will be our last video until probably February.
Yeah.
Or well, maybe end of January. We came back the end of January last year.
Yeah, we'll take a little break. So thank you guys. We enjoy you hanging out with us. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you to Todd Brewer. Thank you to Angelo and his family. Of course, to Chugwater Chili. Be sure to check them out as well. Matt Fensel, William Dunn, Lori Habel, Zach Hewitt, Bill the Tractor Man, all of our moderators here tonight that keep us all in line and keep us in shape.
And holiday bundles are coming to the website soon. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter.
Right, newsletter, ourwyominglife.com. Sign up for the newsletter so that you find out. The holiday bundles, do you have like a sneak peek on what you're going to put in there?
Don't put me under pressure like that. I have 2 box sizes, and I'm going to see what I can fit in these boxes.
A variety of beef jerky, maybe some whiskey glasses.
Yeah, some glassware, some beef jerky. There's 2 different size boxes. There'll be a smaller gift bundle, and there'll be a larger one. We got some Christmas tissue paper and some stickers that say Happy Holidays. Very fancy.
We're classy.
And they'll be wrapped and packaged by Mike and Erin.
They always are.
Always. Every time.
Thank you guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next time right here on